So I haven't been in the mood to write, like pen to paper, so I'm gonna talk. Sex, as we know, a good bit of us, it's not meant for fun. It's sacred. It's spiritual. It's enlightening. It is a journey. And though you can share your experiences with everyone, your body, your temple, your yoni, your lingam, your pussy, your dick, your vagina, your penis, whatever you want to call it, is not to be used in a way that is carnal minded. AKA, take it with your dick. AKA, take it with your pussy. It's meant for manifestation. It's meant for sharing of DNA, for information. Your partner may have things to share with you that you can't. How can I put this? That you can only spiritually receive through certain spiritual acts. It doesn't have to be sex, but that's one of the quickest ways. Through love and sex. Pure, spiritual, clean, manifestorial sex. Yeah, I may have made that word up. I added for the spiritual dictionary. I've had an experience. I'm not very, very ready to share fully what that is just yet. I'm still understanding it all myself. But it makes me wonder where my journey began. Did it begin in my mother's womb? Because I'm a twin. I have a twin brother. Well, we have two different births, which is I have yet to look up if it's rare, a rare occurrence. But he came vaginally, and I was a C-section. My mom said that they had to rush her in for a C-section for me to come out. As she tells it, I would give an arm and a leg, but I would not come out. Once they got me to the C-section and were able to assess, they were able to see that my umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck, and I swear for, I can say, it feels like up until about 10 years ago. I'm 32 this year. It feels like about until 10 years ago that the mark finally disappeared. I used to have a deep mark against my neck, not very dark, but I could tell it was there, and for me it signified my birth. It is now dissolved. I may have photos where I can see maybe some where I've taken earlier in life on like MySpace or Facebook, but anywho, I'll look into that soon. But yes, I used to have a mark, and I believe my spirit is telling me that that signifies that, and that not necessarily that I wasn't supposed to make it, but a lot of twins don't, and there definitely was a reason that I was birthed in the way that I was birthed. Um, I hate saying but I'm working on that. For the experience to occur, you have to be open-hearted, most of all, open-minded. You can't be worried about, oh, is this person attractive to your eyes? They must be most attractive to your heart, to your spirit, to your soul. Um, a lot of times, people who you may have, I'm not sure, have connected with, you may have felt like you've known them before you even have laid with them. And I mean, like, the moment you like eyes, the moment your energy meets their energy, the moment they speak to you. You know, it could be the sound of the voice. You know, because the vibration of that and sound is everything. Um, it could be that first touch. Let's say like y'all brush past each other. It could be anything, and it will take you back if you allow your mind to be open. It really will. In your heart, it will take you to some places. Most, especially what I'm trying to say is, it will allow you to innately experience and know that in another lifetime that you've been with this person sexually. And excuse me, you can most likely gauge from the energy. You know how things will be. Period. From anyone. Just if you're good at reading energy. Um, so, for example, there was a young gentleman that I had came in concert with, and we have been doing some spiritual work together. After the spiritual work, he complained a bit about him having pain from not releasing energy from his sessions. I had been doing sessions along with him. I was not experiencing pain, but of course we're all different. He experiences pain differently. So, knowing that I'm a healer, I told him that I would help in assisting him to release the pain and energies that were blocked and stored from his sessions. And we would release it into the universe for good. And that he be, restored back with those same energies or granted new energies in order to be rejuvenated and just back to total restoration of his natural homeostasis. So, we were out in nature, but we had our vehicles available. We did not want to sit in the car. He decided that he wanted to lay on the ground. He was bare chested. He had on his pants. He was bare chested. He had taken off his shirt to receive the body work. And I began to ask him where he was experiencing the most pain and pray to my most divine guidance and intuitive higher self, ancestors, creators of our body, to guide me in releasing this energy that he no longer needed or that no longer served him. The moment I laid my hands on his body and began to intuitively work out his energy that was stored, that was no longer needed, it began to take me back to a time where I have once healed his wounds before, where I have once been completely absorbed in his energy. And he said to me that he remembers my hands and that they were very restorative for him. And that I had the touch of a goddess. And I want to say that before that happened, before I assisted him with the energy release, we had been in a car speaking about throat chakra cleansing and about how I was not using my voice, the voice that God had given me as my gift, excuse me, as my gift of consciousness to the universe. Global, universal consciousness of all. All that is life. Mostly humanity to start with, but yes. So we spoke of these things, and another friend of ours were in a car who was assisting with sessions, and we were all listening to, I believe, like an Indian shamanic flute meditation. It was such a beautiful sound. I had never heard of it, but it resonated with my soul so deeply. I still listen to a lot of different mixes of them now via different channels of music, mostly YouTube, just saying. But we're singing, and he's like, "You're not using your voice. You're not using your voice. Use your voice." And he gives an example of how to just build it all out ever so freely, like you've never sung before, like your heart depended on it, like your life depended on it, like $1 billion and God was waiting for you right there with the money, you know what I mean? And it's like to see him so freely, so openly, so purely, so divinely give his heart, give his sound, give his vibration, show his courage and strength that he had been given through his throat chakra had an activated mind. I then began to sing like I've never sung before. And it is now the tune that I sing now. It is now the sound that I know now. It is now that the vibration that I've always known was my vibration all along. Now. It's so beautiful. And I'm so grateful. My throat chakra is clearing. My thoughts, my third eye is clear. My solar plexus is clearing. Everything is balancing, and I'm grateful from the inside out. But yes, so what happened was we were in the van, and we had pulled over after he was telling us that we weren't using our voices. And he said, I can help you to release your fear, but you have to be ready. And all you have to do is take my hand, and I will help you release whatever fears that you have that are surrounding why you will not speak up, sing out, open your heart and open your throat and be you. And in that moment, my soul leaped. It reached out and grabbed his hand. And my friend there, he received my fear energy that had been stored in my body, I can say since I was 9 years old. And as we held hands, as we interlocked, his body began to convulse as he received what I no longer needed to send out into the universe. Because it was also energy that will not serve him, serve humanity. Alchemizing it into truth, love, light, into transformation of my third chakra. It's the only reason why I'm clearing it now is because I've been doing some smoke work. So I have to clear that out and get ready for my sound sessions, my season of sound sessions. Excuse me while I clear that out. Yes. So you received that, and ever since that day, I have been singing my heart out, and we've had sessions since then, and he looks at me like I am the most beautiful sound of the universe that he's ever heard. I mean, like when they just stare at you like, oh my God, with the watery eyes of like, oh my God, it's an etheric angel. And it makes you feel strong. It makes you feel courageous. It makes you know that all along I knew that when I was told that I had the gift of sound, when I discovered my sound at the tender age of 9 years old and was not nurtured into what to do with it, that I was not mistaken, that my spirit knew what it wanted then and it still does now. I am the truth. I am the light. I am the sound of love. I am. I am. I am. You must learn, which I can teach, but your heart and your mind, your gut instinct, your womb instinct, where your yoni or your lingam is, your penis, your vagina, has to understand too. All of you has to understand it, or you cannot fully grasp the universe. You are the universe. It's you understanding what's really inside of you, what you have really been made of this whole time that they have been telling you you're not. You truly have been magical, ethereal, godly, with that Jesus-like consciousness, pure-hearted, gentle, unconditional, loving. You have been all of that. Open, honest, truthful, harsh, dark, at your bottom, at your top, at your worst, at your absolute best. You are love. You are love. And then you can open your body up to receive true, divine oneness, wholeness, the universe. Some shit you ain't never had before. Because you ain't never did that shit before. I have a lot of different voices. When I get passionate, or you gonna hear it. You might even hear my dialect change in here. Some people tell me I sound like I'm an islander, which, I'm from New Orleans. I have a lot of different places I've lived, so I pick up a lot of different things, and a lot of different things come out, and I accept them as I am and as they are. And I ask that you do the same for yourself, not for me. Be you. Because if you can't open yourself up to even receive anything from anyone else. Like for real. Like if you faking the funk and they being real, you still, it's all fake. Or if like they faking the funk or y'all faking the funk together, where y'all really gonna go, So it's like, come on. Honesty is key for real. And if you don't know what that honesty is, be honest about that too. That is okay. We don't always have to have all the answers. Somebody else might have the answer, but you're too scared to speak up. They might have the guidance you need, but you're too afraid. Oh, they too young, they don't know. Oh, they too old, they don't know nothing. Oh, they your age, oh, they don't know nothing. Open your heart, open your mind before you open up your most sacred part of you. This manifests quicker than thoughts. What your temple down here does. There's temples all over us. But what your temple down below does, you can manifest right now. Not a week from now, 2 months from now, tonight. But if you ain't right, you can't manifest tonight. But yes, so I'll tell you guys more about that experience. It's very deep and it's very personal. To be honest, there's some things in the making for that experience because it does need to be shared. You do need to know. You do need to understand. You do need to be guided. I do have the answers. I do have the experience. I was granted that by the universe, and I'm gracious. But it wasn't for me to keep it to myself, as personal and as private as I am. It wasn't for me to keep to myself. So I'm finding the best way to relay that message in the most authentic, loving, Ishani way that I do things. Because you deserve to have parts of me that know what's in, parts of me that this realm, this earth realm deserves, because we have been and are still are being depleted of our love frequency here. Depleted of our love frequency. Everything is teaching us to love other things instead of one another, like money, drugs, music, food, social media, cars, your lifestyle, whatever, you name it. If it ain't love, it ain't love. So That's what I mean by that. Most importantly, get to know people before you open up your body in that way. Let me tell you, there's so much to know. But what I want to say before I just go on a tangent is that we all come from religious backgrounds. And sometimes those backgrounds teach us so much about so little, not even so much, but I'm going to just say so little and so much about sex that we're jaded before we even have our first sexual experience. And whether that jade is a good or bad jade, we're jaded. And we're not allowed to fully experience what it truly is, because honestly, a lot of people who are telling us about what sex is don't and didn't and still don't know what sex is, what it was meant for, how to do it, what true love making is. And it's not right. A lot has been misconstrued. We've been lied to about a lot. Everything almost. And it was the agenda. It was the plan. To make sure that I'm doing my part, to make sure that humanity, society, excuse me, I'm not using the bathroom, I'm just flushing the toilet, that humanity and society truly understands what we're dealing with here, what's really real, what's the true fairy tale. Because that once upon a time, in the land of blah, 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 Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Cinderella. Don't get me wrong, I ain't saying the Cinderella story stuff can't be real. But what I'm saying is, it's an illusion. It's a very good illusion, but it's an illusion. And it's not saying to say that you can't have those things. I'm saying that to say that there's more to life than that fairy tale. They don't even teach you that, like, within that fairy tale, you're going to have so many other connections. They make you think, like, that this one person is the only person that you're really going to connect with, and you're waiting to connect with that one person. And I don't mean just sexually, I mean emotionally, mentally. And there's so many people who have so much more to offer than just their bodies. And if you could put that to the side for a second, you could really experience their true essence, because it's not what they're giving up down there so easily. Really, once you get to know someone on some sapiosexual level, because that's really the vibe I'm on. I love sapiosexual people. I am sapiosexual, that in high level conversation and high intellectual and intelectivity turns me on, gets my juices flowing, gets my brain throbbing, you feel me? So it's like I'm learning who I am more and more too. And I've been the person who have not been very mindful of the sexual experiences I've had. Thank the Lord, I've never had to face any true and harsh repercussions for those things. But regardless of the fact, my point is I can relate. I've been there, done that, and that's why I can tell you about every side of the experience. I've been single, I've been married, I'm now divorcing. I've had carnal experiences, and I've had spiritual sexual experiences. I have the knowledge. I have the experiences to tell you. You just have to open your mind and your heart to receive it. So pretty soon I'll have some things coming up, more videos to share with you about my experiences in life and overcoming, soul ties, because some are healthy, some aren't. Overcoming temptation, how to fight that, sexual temptations. Because I've been there, done that, been there doing that. So. I appreciate you listening. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This resonates. I'm just here to show the truth. This isn't my truth, this is the truth. As we all know it.